Allison, we are nothing if not prompt, so a tight 17 days after GenCon.
That sounds about right for us, though.
We're filming our wrap-up.
Yeah, some of these games that we brought back are the hotness. Some of them are like things that we wanted and we got. This one specifically.
Yeah, and this is, full disclosure, this is a mixture of review copies, purchases, and things that were brought back for, we do product photography for multiple publishers, so some of those we just got there, so they didn't have to ship them. So
makes it easier.
We will tell you with each game, whether it was review, purchased, or for a photography project. Before we get into games, let's talk about, this was a different convention for us.
Oh my gosh, we brought our whole family, and that includes Emma, who was 6 months at the time, but it also includes the boys, Jared, who turned 14 while we were at GenCon, so that was exciting. And then Peyton, who's 10, so this is their first convention ever. They've been to game festivals before, but this was wow, and it was. And
I don't know if you.
It was nuts. Yeah. Now, a big part of it were these cards right
Lorcana,
here.
Yes.
The Lorcana. Don't be. This is just one card that someone stuck in my pocket. It's the Mickey Mouse card. He's the Musketeer. Yeah. So I have a lot of these. So I'm playing with these.
Now, I did almost get.
He did. So I was working the first day, so I wasn't with him.
Back.
Okay.
Car ride was delightful. We took 2 days to drive up there.
Except for when it wasn't.
Yes. We had plenty of stops and feedings at gas stations.
Yeah.
Emma had a great time. She loved the car.
She likes
for
driving.
the first couple of hours.
She likes driving.
Yes. Last year was our first GenCon. I think last year was like 45 to 50,000 people, and this year was like 70,000 up to 8. And they were saying 80, 85 at the convention.
Yeah.
Afterwards, they're saying 70. It was, if not a record-breaking year, it was very close to breaking records. So the Lorcana thing was, if you didn't see it, starting Thursday night, they started the line at 6 p.m. for the following day. And every day, the line ran all the way down the length of the convention center, outside and around the corner.
So Wednesday night was a launch party.
Yes, for Cosmoctopus from Henry Audubon. It's a really cool engine builder from Lucky Duck. You're trying to summon the great inky one. Lots of fun people there. It was a mixture of content creators, publishers, but it was their content creator launch party. So Paula Deming was there. She led us all in a chant. It was weird because they had her video up on all the different TVs, but they weren't synced up. So it was like saying different things at different times. And then all of a sudden it was like, hey, there's Paula and there's Paula.
Yeah,
and there's real Paula and there's other Paula. And then there's Devin doing trivia to let you win a Cosmoctopus plushie.
So we actually both won one. The legs pop out, so you need to really watch this. You ready?
So this is the Cosmoctopus plush. It's adorable.
This one is actually going to be here on the set.
Yes.
She's going to be here on the set.
Yep, the other one is Emma's.
The other one is Emma's.
Which works out good.
Yeah.
So that was Thursday night. Before we get into just the games, let's go through. So we had that. Friday morning, we got to demo Critter Kitchens with Peter Vaughn from Cardboard Alchemy, which is the follow-up, kind of their next game after Flamecraft. Same artist, similar kind of feel. Like it's going to be...
No dragons.
But kind of, if you like Flamecraft, I think you will love Critter Kitchens. We had a great time playing. It's very smooth playing.
It is. It's the resource management type of thing where you're doing things to get different resources to complete different meals because your restaurant, there's a, what is it called?
There's a food critic.
Food critic is coming, and so you need to prepare get the best stars and things like that to prepare for the food critic coming. Yeah. That's the essence of the game.
Mm-hmm. Saturday night, we went to the Direwolf digital announcement party where they announced the Dune Imperium, not this, but it's about Dune. But they announced the Dune Imperium sequel. Can't remember the name of it, but that's coming out this fall. It's going to be compatible with all of the Dune Imperium expansions. But that was probably the big announcement for that. They also announced some digital games, but the new Dune Imperium sequel, standalone sequel, not another expansion, was the big announcement at that meeting.
I pulled this out because he got this for me. Dune Imperium. I have actually never played a full game of it.
But she likes the idea of it. And this was a purchase. This was purchased. This was the last one at the booth, so I snatched that up while she was taking pictures. So
yeah, he surprised that for me.
Yeah. Now getting into games.
Yeah, games that we're excited about that we actually got that we requested as reviews.
Yeah. Sky Team was the hotness. As I heard someone, don't worry about it. There's too many.
I'm gonna worry about it.
As I heard someone say, like, who would have thought, like 2 years ago, that the hot game at GenCon 2023 would be a silent, two-player, dice placement, cooperative game. But it's fantastic. It's immersive. It's really, the words on the front, it's two-player co-op, correct. It is immersive, and it is high drama. It is, and we haven't even gotten into all of the modules for it.
We've played some of them.
Fantastic.
Okay, and another one that we requested that we've already played multiple times.
Review copy, coming to retail. Kickstarter fulfilling soon and coming to retail. Tesseract.
Now, we got to see this in its prototype last year's GenCon and loved the concept. Yes. So if you want like a really,
it's dice manipulation, dice placement. We will have lots of content on this.
It's going to be.
But you've got this big dice cube. It's a bunch of dice. You're trying to place them and get rid of the Tesseract before it explodes and kills humanity.
Yeah.
So that's Tesseract.
It's gotten small enough to manipulate and things like that.
This was great. This was a review copy, but one that we specifically requested.
Because, now, a game that I have been wanting since I saw it almost 2 years ago at Gamma is The Finest Fish.
Yeah, this was a purchase.
He found it and bought it for me, and it's just...
Yeah, it's adorable. You're putting fish scales on the fish.
You're putting scales on fish. Yeah. And so I've played it with the boys. They love it. The Finest Fish, it's adorable. Yeah. And I'm so glad that he grabbed it for me.
Purchase Scythe Expeditions, a sequel to Scythe from Stonemaier.
So Daniel came to me on Sunday morning. He was like, do we get the minis? The minis...
No, my words were, do we get the sexy metal minis?
Okay, yeah, that was his words. Do we get the sexy metal minis? I said, okay, when the booth opens, you need to go and you need to pick them up and hold them and see if it's worth it.
And then she walked in front of me and picked one up and was like, hey, let's get the minis.
Hey, it's worth it. Grail game for Daniel.
And I call it a Grail game. I could have ordered it on Amazon.
Could you have? Okay.
Yeah, it's still, there's a few copies available. This one it's out of print. Floodgate has it. When they have copies, they will bring it to a convention.
And they find
this game should have eclipsed Photosynthesis when it came out.
I agree.
In 2019, we played this at the Great Plains Game Festival last year. Yeah, last year. It is the beauty of photosynthesis with the 3D trees and the leaves and all that, but it plays through it. It's way better. It's a much better game. But it also, what I love about it is it's not rounds. You're playing through seasons, so you're not ever repeating actions. Right. You are building towards and setting up future actions. But you have your trees, and then fall hits, and the leaves come off, and then the winds blow, and you're trying to manipulate where the wind blows and where the leaves blow, and you're scoring for that. It's Daryl Andrews. It's a fantastic. I was so excited when I saw they had it there because I was like, hey, I don't have to try and justify ordering it off Amazon. I'm just going to get it and get it.
He bought that one.
There's 3 left in stock on Amazon. We'll leave a link below if you want to pick it up. It is a gorgeous game. If you like puzzly games.
Now, I liked it. I really enjoyed it. But he had such an aha moment when he played that game at the Great Plains Gaming Festival that it was really, really cool.
Yeah, so that was a purchase.
Okay, so I've got another plushie over here. This is Pug.
Yep, this is Pug. From Robot Quest Arena.
And these are for photos. So we have Robot Quest Arena. We didn't bring that back. That was something we've had. If you want to check out Daniel's how to
tutorial.
Play. But then I'm going to do some photographs. I also have pins somewhere. There's a bag of pins.
They're around here somewhere.
We'll find...
Here they are.
Yeah,
Here's the bag of pins.
A bag of just little pins, and then these are all the... card sleeves.
Yep.
So these are the exclusive expansion robots. So that robot's in backwards. You can see it.
Yeah, this one fell. This one opened.
There we go. Another purchase we made is over here because if you look over there, I don't think you can see it. No, you can't see it.
Popcorn Dice.
Popcorn Dice is a game that it is a push your luck. If you like Farkle, if you like a zombie dice, that type of thing, it is like that. Now this one is Gourmet.
Yes.
So you've got the Gourmet and it throws a little bit of variant in there.
It has different colored stuff that do different things. Yeah. So we were excited to pick this up. I saw this also at Gamma. And they had it for sale at GenCon. So we picked up a copy of this because our family just really enjoys the base game, or the original.
And that stays here on the set, and so this one will stay at home. A game that was given to me for review, which I'm so excited to try, is Redwood.
Super cool concept.
Oh my gosh. Now, I really like the line of sight in games and war games and things like that. Yeah. something that I like that concept. They have added it in for photography.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's a photography game. You're trying to take pictures of animals, but if you can see, you have like the line of sight cones and the movement stuff.
Overhead.
Well, let's see.
Okay.
Just because I don't want to force my.
Okay.
So you have the line of sight, the movement, and all that. It basically takes all of the mechanics from a like war game, and converts the shooting people to taking pictures of animals.
You were gonna say shooting animals, weren't you?
See,
if photographers do say I'm gonna go to a shoot. But when you say you're shooting animals, it sounds different. Photographing animals.
Yes.
It's just gorgeous. And as a photographer, this is right up my alley. And I'm so excited to open it. Another purchase.
Thunder Road Vendetta. This was my pick. In addition to Expeditions. So only got one expansion. We got the Carnage Devil's Run.
No, we did ask a few people. I think Alex.
We were talking when we were picking up
Expeditions.
Asked Alex at the Stonemaier booth, like if he had played it, what he thought about it.
He enjoyed it.
It was like he loves it. Asked which expansions we needed because I really didn't want to swing for the big box. It was just a little too expensive. He was like, just get the expansion with fire. So I was like, oh, this looks like the expansion with fire. Also happened to be the only expansion they had left. So it was it was Destiny. So cannot wait to play this. This is a pure hype purchase. I have no idea.
Your hype purchase last year was Foundations of Rome.
Yeah.
That was your hype purchase last year.
This, I have no idea what this game is about other than it's chaos on a road with a bunch of cars that are trying to kill each other, I think. But yeah, I bought this just purely based off of I have not seen a single person that has played it that didn't love it.
Yeah.
So thought that would be a great fit for our family.
Okay, so my game that I just really, really wanted is Radlands.
Yeah.
Now it's not a Grail game. We could have bought it somewhere else on Amazon and whatnot. But I have really loved this game every time I've played it. And I wanted the play mats. You can get just this, I believe, on Amazon. I don't think you can get the play mats. So I was
the
really
Deluxe
excited.
you have to get direct from Roxley.
Yeah, and it's so vibrant. Like I'm not going to open
the art is gorgeous on this game.
It's amazing. Look at that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic two-player just card battling game. We borrowed Devin's for a while and played it a lot. So excited to have our own copy.
Yes, that was my fun.
So now let's lightning round this.
Cool as the boys.
Yep, they played it. They demoed it. They liked
it on Sunday morning. They were like, we were walking through and they're like, Mom, we want to demo this game.
Yeah.
And so this lady was so awesome. She demoed it for them. And Emma and I think we have video of us fanning ourselves. She loved the fan that came with Cool. Yeah. It's a fun little card game.
Pirate Tales, you're hiding nuts and trying to find nuts. It's a balance of hiding nuts so that other people don't take them.
Can you tell we've played this already?
Yeah, don't worry about taking it out.
I'm not taking it out. I'm fixing the box.
So it's you're hiding, you're keeping, you're placing face up, face down, trying to get enough nuts to score different kinds of nuts. So it's nuts. But it's fun.
It's nuts.
Exploding Kittens, Good versus Evil, coming out later. God and the Devil have been turned into house cats and combined with Exploding Kittens.
Sorry, that was purchase. This is review copy.
Yeah,
this is review copy.
Anarchy Pancakes, review copy. Also from Exploding Kittens. It's you're matching a bunch of different things. Plays real fast. Takes like 4 minutes to play a game. Played that like 3 or 4 times at the table with the boys when we were in our meeting with them. Vaalbara review copy asked for exclusively because Grant Lyon said that he loved it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he said about it, but when I was watching his video on it, it stuck out. I was like, oh, those seem like cool elements. I would like to play that. So
yeah, we actually requested that one.
So we requested that one. Trickdraw from Good Games Publishing. It's Magic Flipping Cowboys. Review copy. It is one of those games.
Fun.
It is. It's one of those games where play a card face down for the points, play it face up for the ability, and you are flipping, trying to get to 10 points. Cards score for different things, or it's just one. Yeah,
the abilities
flipping
are
other people's things. The really unique thing about this is the first person to get to 10 points triggers the end of the game.
Right.
And then everybody else gets one turn. But if you tie, you are ineligible to win. Yeah, it's a showdown. If you tie, you are ineligible to win. So what we have found, like, there are situations where at the end of the game, you are trying to manipulate other people to higher points.
Yep.
so that they tie for first and cannot win.
And then
so
it's got
some really unique,
underdog.
it's got some really unique elements to it. Really like that's another one I saw at Gamma.
This is a review copy. I'm also doing photos for that. I have another box that didn't get dinged.
Purchase.
We bought this one. I walked into that booth and I was like, I want this game. I don't have time to buy the game. Can you put the game price? So he held it for me because he knew I loved it. Scott is a good friend of ours, so we're really excited that we got our hands on Boop. The ghosts create a... I've not played it. The boys have played it.
So it's Spooky Boop. It's the base game of Boop with new ghost cats that do different things, but you can also play it as the base game, but it's Halloween themed.
It's so cute.
Okay, more lightning round.
Are we gonna just bring them all up here?
This was... I don't know what this is.
That's the event that you went to.
This isn't. This is
That's
Noobs. Noobs is one of those. This is along the lines, and this one right here of the just people sticking stuff in your bag.
Yeah, they were walking down the hall with tons of people between booths, and they're like, here.
Yeah, you just get something stuck in your hand and you stick it in your bag. These are from, there was a launch tabletop creatives event that was, it was Dale Andrews and Matt Paquette put on the event. We missed it because we were at Jared's birthday dinner, but these are designer tools that they were giving out there.
You walked in at the very end.
Yeah. So this is just like generic cards in different suits, and this is a technical deck, so it has all your different color keys and all that. Just cool design tools. I don't know if these are available retail.
I don't know.
Launchtabletop.com if you want to check out, if you're interested in game design. They're really cool tools that are very useful.
Launch, like you're launching.
Yeah. But like it has just how thin is too thin, how small is too. It has different like point lines. So if you want to see what a 1 point line looks like printed instead of just on your computer. So
that's
really
good for graphic design and things like that.
Really,
as well.
really handy.
Really handy. I'm probably gonna use that.
Thunder Road Vendetta extra ammo came with the game. It was a bonus for the purchase.
Kiss the Goblin.
Kiss the Goblin from Skybound Tabletop.
This is also a review copy, and it's gonna be a hoot and a half.
Yes, so it uses RPG alignments, lawful, neutral, lawful, good, all that. You are, on your turn, you randomly select an alignment, and then you read a scenario, and then you have to describe what you would do in that scenario based on your alignment, and then everyone else to guess what your alignment was. Really simple one that it's a great party game that it's one of those that people could come in and out of with no problem without messing up. Like, you want to play a couple rounds and you want to step out, fine. You're not going to mess up the flow of the game. Everything ever
is a photography.
Say it's going to be a hit party game too. It's from Floodgate. Say stuff about the categories that are on the table with a little bit of a twist, but we're not going to go into it yet. So
this is for photography though. Oh, these three are also from Floodgate is taking. Did you almost fall off your chair?
Yeah. Hold on,
I got your leg. Oh.
That was actually not theatrics.
Not theatrics. Hold on, I was talking. So, Caesar, Blitzkrieg, and Dogfight. These are all from PSC. Floodgate is taking over and reprinting them, redistributing them for. So I'm going to be doing photos for Floodgate for all three of these games. I have played two of them and bested Daniel in them, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of these. So they are photography, but I'm really glad to have all three of them in our collection as well.
These two are two of the best, just straight two-player. They play in 20 minutes, super easy to set up, simple rules. But they are two of the best two-player, like exclusively two-player games.
Yeah, this is one and two player, I believe. Yeah, they're all 1v2, so I guess they have a solo. Yeah. So I'm excited to play Dogfight and see how if he can beat me in Dogfight.
Dwellings of Eldervale review copy. It's massive. Excited to jump into it. It was one that we were kind of last day. They're like, hey, we have one copy left of this for review. Would you cover it?
Would you like to cover it?
Would you make content on it if we send it with you? And
yes,
we said, yes, we will. So
now, hold on. Look at this. It won't even, I'm assuming
it's because it's unpunched. So
well, look at that. It's so massive.
It's because the unpunched punch boards are on the top.
Okay. Photography. The Fox Experiment for Pandasaurus Games. Yeah. You are training, or you're
breeding foxes.
Breeding foxes, the friendliest fox, and eventually, as you're breeding them, they actually become a little bit more dog-like. So, like their ears get floppy, and their barks it's really, really sweet and pretty. And this is for a photo project.
Yeah. We have Call to Adventure. This was another review copy. This is from Brotherwise Games. This is the Epic Origins version. Really excited. This has been kind of something we wanted to play with the boys for a little bit. So really excited about this one.
I think they'll like this is Guildmaster. It's some good games. This is a photography project and review.
Yes. This one came out at the height of COVID and just flew under the radar. Don't know a whole lot about it, but it's a, as it was described to us, was a hidden planning, simultaneous execution, may have to stab people in the back. So you are different guilds, your rival guilds trying to do things. You may secretly plan out to go the same place as someone else, and when you get there, you have to decide if you want to split the bounty or if you want to stab the other player in the back and take it all for yourself and hope it doesn't backfire. So, sounds like one that's going to be scary to play with the kids, because I'm pretty sure they're going to
be amazing at it, especially Peyton.
Miller Zoo from Hachette.
This was a review copy. I don't know really anything about this game.
No,
I haven't. It was given as a review, but they didn't go over it with us.
But they did say, like, they sent that with us because they thought the boys would really like it.
It's got a cute little board. It looks like a family game. So excited to dig into that one.
Wild Child West. This is by Direwolf.
The bullets in this game are also tombstones.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
So this game, I told Al, this was at Gamma. Told her about that because that was a cool thing. It's got little wooden bullets that when the sheriff shoots the bandit, it turns into the bandit's tombstone.
At Gamma, he told me that. Yeah.
So like 4 or 5 different times, I was telling her, we need to go check this out. And she's like, I've never heard of that. And like, it's the one where the bullets turn into tombstones. She's like, oh yeah, that is the.
It happens so many times.
It's a polyomino. You're building a city. Some player interaction.
You're
building towns.
You're going to the towns. You're mining.
No, you're building towns.
Are you building the towns? Oh, okay.
That's why you were placing buildings and stuff in towns.
You are adventuring into the Wild West and tiling it out. That's why it's the Wild Tiled West.
Yes. So we've played one game of this. Really enjoyed it. I did terrible, which I am happy about, because some of those games, like, if it's too easy on the first play and you feel like you just nailed the strategy, it's a little underwhelming. I thought I did, and it was one of those that I feel.
Beat both of us.
I felt like I did really good, and then I didn't, which at this point in my gaming career
is a nice surprise.
For it to be like, okay, this one is going to require more thinking than I thought it did.
Or you can just play like Peyton and not really think at all and win handily. So I really like the art in this. This is fun.
Tribes of the Wind, another one from Hachette.
I'm excited about that one.
Review copy. That was, if we didn't say, Wild Child West was a review copy.
It was a review.
This one is another. It's a release from Hachette. It's been wildly popular.
It's gorgeous. The art is
gorgeous artwork.
Beautiful.
Review copy. They had an event for reviewers on Wednesday night. And this is one of the ones we picked up. Most of them were pre-requested. This one was one we requested there, just because we've heard so many good things about it. And wanted to give it a shot. So
there's a couple more on that side. I only have 2 over here, and those are really the boys. So I'll wait on those.
So CDSK, also from Hachette. You ready?
Review copy.
Let's set up a game.
Okay.
Done. So this is a trivia game. It's basically how well do you know a certain topic. So you're going to start out on a spot. You're going to make your way up.
They don't come with pieces. So,
in the instructions, it's like, it's okay.
Oh, I don't have a little piece.
Yeah, in the instructions, it's like, you get to pick the piece that best fits your team's feel or the mood of your team. Yeah, which is really, we kept the cost down, so go find a penny. So you land on a spot, you have curious, delightful, seasoned, and knowledge-based questions. You land on a spot. The other team will select a card from that space. This is I was a little iffy on this until we actually looked into it. It's like, oh, this is
until you started teaching it to other people, and they were like, oh, and then it kind of really fit in. And
so you land on a spot, you take a card from that. The other player asks you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you know classic board games?
I'd say about 7.
Okay, 7. Which game? There's 10 questions on there. Which game was conceived by Canadians Chris Haney and Scott Abbott and has sold over 100 million copies since its first edition in 1981?
Do I get options?
No.
Oh, gosh.
You said you knew it 7 out of 10.
Okay, let's say 5.
Which game was inspired by a Rube Goldberg machine? I know that one.
You do? What is it?
Yeah, Mousetrap.
Mousetrap. Oh, yeah.
But like, so you look at that and you think, oh,
what was number 7?
7 was Trivial Pursuit.
Oh, yeah.
But like, what they did really good here is make it a trivia party game that you're never going to be blocked out of. And if you get that right, you move forward 5 spaces and all that. But
I honestly don't even need to do that. It's fun just to answer the questions.
Question number 1 is, what game is laid out on an operating table?
Operation!
And 2 is, what game are you playing if you build a hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue?
Monopoly!
So, like, they are very much, like, where's the celebrity ones? The
celebrity.
Anyway, there was like...
So, you know my story about the game Operation? I got it for Christmas one year when I was 6, and it scared me so much that I cried and said I didn't want this game. And then later on in the day, all my aunts and uncles were like, well, we'll play the game. So they were in the living room around the Christmas tree playing this game and having a hoot, and I didn't like that I was missing out. And so I ended up liking the game and winning.
There you go. So, like, what I appreciate about this game is they made it where you don't, if you do know a lot about something, great, but you're not going to, it's not, because some of those games like Trivial Pursuit is like, I have no idea.
I don't play that game because I feel stupid.
So, like, how well do you know Celine Dion?
2.
Okay. Well, let's go with 1.
Oh.
Celine Dion was born in the small town of Charlemagne in the province of Quebec in what country?
Canada.
Yeah, so, like, number 1 is always a given
But
most
I already
of the
knew
time.
she was Canadian,
Yeah.
so.
But it's just, it's one of those trivia games that always, like, at least lets you feel a little bit of success.
Yeah. I'm excited to take this one to family hangouts.
They get super quick to set up. Next we have Mercurial from Good Games Publishing. Gorgeous game.
This is photo and review, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Gorgeous game. You are...
oh, it's gorgeous. The
creating
box is
spells
so
with
small.
dice. Yeah.
I was not expecting the box to be this small. It doesn't have like a huge table presence, like there's not, like, but it has a presence. So I saw it on the table in the booth. I saw people playing it and took photos of that, and it was interesting watching them play.
Saw this at the Gamma. You're crafting spells with dice and cards and stuff. It's the artwork, the dice are just beautiful.
Yeah, the dice were really, really gorgeous.
Bark Avenue, also from Good Games Publishing, also
so
photo
excited.
and review. Competitive dog walking.
Yeah.
I love the things that people come up with.
This is from Terra Dice. There are some friends of ours, been friends with them for a few years. This is their game, and I'm so excited that Good Games picked it up, and I have not played it yet.
Yeah.
So I got to hang out with them a little bit at the booth, and so excited to pick this up.
Yeah. 2 Arnak expansions, review copies.
And photo.
Review and photo. So, yeah. Self-explanatory. Arnak is amazing, and
Arnak is the game that
almost ruined our marriage.
It almost made him sleep on the couch.
Yep, we'll tell that story.
Yeah, we'll tell that story. It was gonna be a 135, one of our 135 videos, and it didn't happen.
Yep, because we messed up a rule so badly that I almost drove her insane. You didn't catch it either. Express Route is from.
This is
the op. Yes, this is the op.
Review,
one of their new games,
copy.
Review copy. One of their new games. One of their hobby games, as they're leaning more and more into the hobby sphere. So yeah, heard great things about it. It is another one of those cooperative games that I believe it's cooperative, but it's one of those games that you're gonna have a really hard time with because it's not. And sometimes with stuff
I'm gonna have a hard time?
no, just in general, like it's a genuinely hard game.
Oh,
it's a strategic game. Like it's not a gimme.
It's 10 and up, so that usually means there's strategy involved.
Yeah, so I believe it's cooperative.
It's not a luck based,
but it's I've heard it's a cooperative gateway strategy game.
Yeah, there you go.
But I've heard from people that have played it that like it was a genuine challenge. Which sometimes with these, be honest, with
like Ticket to Ride has,
but
you
like
can play it strategically, or you can just play it to play it.
But with publishers like the Op, sometimes you worry because they are focused on gateway games and on families and on like entry level games that the games are too easy. And they've been getting more and more into the games that have genuine strategy in them and are really good. Not for everyone, but are good, like have some good thinking, like Cuphead. Cuphead is a great...
Tidal Wave is one that they were really featuring at GenCon. We did not bring
Tidal
it.
Wave.
Tidal Wave.
Maybe.
I think that's the one. Yeah, they were all wearing Hawaiian shirts.
Because it was surfing, and you don't surf on tidal waves.
Is that not called Tidal Wave?
No, it's not. But something wave.
Sorry. But yeah, that and then like What the Cup was a big one.
Now they do have coming out the art project, which I played.
That's over there.
That's coming out this fall. I am so excited about that. That's another cooperative one.
You got to play that with the boys. I didn't get to play that.
It was fantastic.
You have more
This was a purchase, Reality Shift Deluxe.
We bought this honestly because we saw it at.
We saw it at GenCon last year.
We saw it
either GenCon or Origin. It may have been PAX Unplugged a year and a half ago.
It was a long time ago. We saw this.
We were like,
the boys would love it.
Couldn't get it then, but it was like, this is when the boys get to see this, they're gonna love it.
They're cubes that you create on a track.
Yeah.
But they're magnetic. So you've got these tiny cars. They're in here.
Yeah.
But they're magnetic.
They race around the size of the cubes. You're manipulating the cubes to change the track and crush other players. Yeah. It's fun. It's take that, and the boys love it. I can't win. I think we played this. I played this 6 times with them so far, and I can't win. That's everything I have over here.
No, because this is a good thing. Because with the boys, the rest is about the boys.
Okay.
Because it was Jared's birthday.
Yes.
Peter
Vaughn from Cardboard Alchemy. Gave this to Jared as a birthday present.
He did. It was so we played Critter Kitchens, and then he was like, hold on, can you wait a few more minutes? Something just delivered.
Yeah.
And he ran downstairs, picked it up, and brought this up for Jared.
Yeah.
This game, we played it once, and it was fun, but we played it horribly.
I think we played it as intended. So
really?
you're on a spaceship, it's getting pummeled by asteroids, you're trying to get off the ship, get everything working again so that the escape pods will work, but there's only one escape pod, it only holds one person. So it's a
semi-cooperative.
It's a cooperative until it's not.
So we all sat outside the pod, but we had to have the engine running for the pod to work, and none of us would leave the front to go turn the engine on.
Everyone was hoping to draw the card that let them remote start the engine and then jump in the escape pod.
And then
because if someone went to start the engine, then the next player would just jump in the escape pod. So it was one of those, like, we all just died standing outside the escape pod because we couldn't cooperate.
Yeah.
Probably a very realistic scenario.
Yeah. So that was a gift.
Yep.
And this one is actually Jared bought with his birthday money. So I wish you could be here. He's currently in school, so can't do it. But this is Robo Rally. The reason he purchased this game is because at GenCon they actually have robot rally life-size version of it. So there are these robots that they've built, and then you actually get to play it in this little arena area.
It's a programming game.
And so they loved it, and then they had the game for sale. And so we've played this quite a few times. We played it the other night with 4 people playing it on a bigger board, map. And it was a lot of fun.
It was. So you're programming your robots, like pre-programming their movement to move around the board. There's different like conveyor belts and stuff that you're gonna get on. So there are, based on what happens, and if you don't pay really close attention, you could end up going along, landing on a conveyor belt, getting twisted, and then when you execute the rest of your movements...
You notoriously don't program correctly. There's been so many times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I got this in the bag, and then I turned right when I meant to turn left, and I went totally off the map. Or someone else moves into my space and pushes me onto a conveyor belt and sends me way where I don't want to go. It's so fun. I really enjoyed the randomness that can be, but it also is strategic planning and programming. Yeah. I thought it was a great purchase on his part.
I did too. It's a great fit for him. He's had a lot of fun with. The whole family's had fun with it, but this was, like, it was a great pick from him.
Yeah.
Really cool, just the way they have the life-size version set up. So.
This was a really fun trip. I'm really glad we got to take our whole family. I don't think we're going to be taking our whole family to GenCon again, not for a while. And
Emma did great. She spent most of the time in the hall just strapped to me, sleeping.
She did. And then I also had, you got me this little hip support thing where it's kind of like a shelf that you kind of strap around, and she just kind of sits there. She loved face forward walking around and seeing the crowd. She just kept wanting to be moving and seeing people. She'd never been in a place with that many people before, and that was a really fun experience. So I'm really glad we got to experience this with our family. But bottom line, we love games as a family, but we also, this is our job. What we do, we work for the industry, and we provide photography and video and stuff like that for the industry, as well as do reviews and things. So these events are work. And so it is kind of hard to balance that out with work and trying to be entertaining and enjoy it with our family. So I think we may do a lighter convention next year with them, but I don't see us doing GenCon again for a while with the whole
Probably
family.
Not.
We will
GenCon, like, I enjoyed GenCon because of the people that were there, not necessarily because of the event itself. Like, the event was fine. It was good. It was just, this year was so crowded.
It was hard.
It was like overwhelmingly crowded.
We were lucky with the weather because we did walk a few blocks away to our hotel. The weather was great, so it was really nice to be able to step out and have that quiet walk to our hotel and just kind of debrief and get a moment. So that was a relief to have that. So we actually booked the same hotel for next year to have that same
experience. Before we left, we booked because the hotels fill up super fast.
They do. But this was a great trip. I'm excited about the games that we brought back, the work that is going to happen with it, and just the fun we're going to have.
Yeah.
So we will have more reviews and stuff on these games. You'll see photos and stuff like that on social media, and I'm excited. If you have any questions about any of these games specifically, please leave a comment below. Ask us questions. If there's a game that you saw other people playing, I'd love to hear about it because maybe we didn't even see it because, again, it was huge. It was massive.
So much going on.
So I'd love to know what your excited game was that you saw coming out at GenCon.
Yep. So now I think we have kids to pick up from school.
We do. I got to go pick kids up from school.
Yep.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.